Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we are going to do a special video. This one was actually requested a while back, so some of you that are familiar with my channel, one of my better videos I've done is in Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. I did a video on how to max out characters, and this has been a very popular video because the reason I made the video was because I thought of myself being a new player starting to play today. And it could be quite overwhelming on how do I get a player like brand new, like how do I get a character all the way to max out, and what does it mean to actually max out a character? Because a lot of people might think, oh, I've got a 5-star weapon, it's maxed out, the character's done, right? And DFFOO doesn't quite work like that. So somebody suggested, they said it would be really nice if like on camera, like you just showed us maxing out a character. So I have to wait because I have like every character in the game. I had to wait for an event with like a brand new character that hadn't been released in the game yet. So it just so happens that Cisne just dropped tonight, so the night I'm recording this video, I just pulled Cisne, and I'm going to show you guys how to max her out, basically from the ground up, and get her completely maxed out. So we're just going to completely max her out in this video. So the first thing to know is that Cisne is an LD character, so LD will be the max that she goes. But there's another step, which is BT, which I'll maybe just talk about at the end, but it's in my other video, which I will link that in the at the end here. So as you can see, this is a level 1 Cisne, has nothing, like totally has nothing at all, okay? So the first thing to know from my other video is that there are several weapons you need to get. So here's the thing, guys. I did catch myself because I did start the process of maxing her out, and then I stopped myself and said, oh yeah, I was going to do a video on that. So I'm just going to show you kind of what I did already. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the weapons tab. So you either need to pull a minimum of 1 copy of each weapon or have power tokens to buy them. So what you can do is in the exchange shop, if you need any of the weapons, they're available on release, which is really cool, right? So what I did was I got really lucky and I pulled her LD like right away, and I got none of her other weapons, but I have tons of resources. So I went into the power token exchange and I bought her 15 CP, which is this right here, and I bought her 35 CP. Now, once again, you don't have to buy them with power stones. You can pull them on the banner. And you only need 1 copy to max it out, provided you have power stones to put in to max out. Otherwise, you would have to get dupes. But over time in the game, if you're like a brand new player, like don't stress about like pulling dupes. Just over time, you're going to get power stones. And you're going to be able to upgrade these for free. So for now, just kind of chill with what you got or try to level them up as you go. I'm sure that, I don't know what it's like starting as a new player right now, but I'm sure they start you off with a ton of beginner things to like help you. I think they give you enough beginner stuff that you can like fully max the character. So they're probably going to supply you with a bunch of that right away. So this is basically what to do with those materials. So here's the 15 CP, here's the 35 CP. Then you need the EX, which is the next one up. So I happen to have EX tokens. Now these are a lot more premium. These typically come from either buying like the expensive Mog Pass, or you can get them for free from the daily quest when you're fighting the Cactuar, but it takes a long time to save up because you need 10 tokens, okay? But you would either pull 1 EX or you would get one, okay? So that's kind of where I started. So let's start with the weapons. So I'm going to go to the Enhanced Realize tab. I'm going to go to Weapons, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to do Cisne's 15 CP. So I already leveled it up, but I'll just show you. I'll do this Kadaj 15, or actually, yeah, let me do this Kadaj 15 just as an example. So let's say this was the 15 CP. Click confirm, and if I don't have enough copies to max limit break it, I can do it with these power stones here. So I could click this, click max, just going to put 12 stones in, and then you got to put orbs in, okay, and I'm going to confirm, and yep, I'm going to max it out. So when this level gets maxed out, it turns blue, okay? Now the 15 CP, when it turns blue, you can unlock it, and you're going to be free to sell that, because when the weapon turns blue or it gets the red check mark, that means you own the passive, so you can just equip the passive to the character. You no longer need the weapon equipped, okay? And the 15 and 35 CP, you're definitely not going to need those, right? So, this here for Cisne in particular, that's what I did for her. So she's done, and then here's the 35 CP. So I did the same thing. I just leveled that up, and it turns blue, and you're done, okay? Then let's do the EX. So I think I started her EX, but I think I'm still in the process. So let me see here. So actually, I'll do another character's EX because I went into her. So let's do Lise. Lise has a pretty good EX. So here's what you do. You click on the EX, and then you can either use power stones here if you got them. Otherwise, you can use dupes of the weapon. So here I've got dupes. So I'll just put dupes in. So you need 3 extra dupes. And then I'm going to put the orbs in. Okay, so I'm going to max, do that, confirm, click yes. Okay. Okay, now with the EX, it turns blue, but there's another step. Okay, so now it's going to say realizable. So when it says realizable, you have to click on it again, and you have to put a red book in it. Now the red book and the red ingots, basically they're not farmable. You're just naturally going to get them through quests. So just when new events come out, try to complete missions, do the co-ops, do all that stuff, and you're eventually just going to earn these. Some of these might come through logins and things like that, but these are things that you just earn through missions. They're not farmable. If you're like a brand new player, but also like a whale, they sell plenty of packs where you can get a bunch of these if you just want a bunch right away to start. But I do think on a beginner account, they are going to give you some of these. So we're going to put a book on it. So you just put one book on, okay? And you click confirm and you click yes. Whoops, confirm and then yes, okay? All right, so we put the book on and then it gets plussed, okay? And now we get an ingot. So now what you do, and this is where Cisne is at now. Yep, so Cisne's at that spot. So we're going to go back to her. Now what you have to do to Cisne is you have to limit break with 3 ingots. Now I only have 2 red ingots. So if you're strapped for ingots, there's a couple things you can do. One is you possibly can refine one. So I'm going to go and see if I can refine one. So I'm going to go out to the refine tab here. Okay, and in the refine tab, I can exchange and make a book, but I don't have enough to make an ingot. So you see that you need that red material. I've only got 15, so I don't have enough to do it. But since I've got plenty of books, all I need to do in my situation is just take any other EX and put a book on it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to go back into Enhance Realize. And I'm going to go into Weapons. I'm just going to find another EX that I have a lot of dupes of. Oh, Ishtola. In my video, I pulled like a bajillion Ishtola EXs. So let's see where she is here. If I don't see her right away, I'm just going to hop into something because I don't want you guys like sitting around all day while I look for it. Because these... Oh, here it is. Tons of Ishtolas, sure. So let's just do this. We'll put orbs in. I'm almost out of orbs here. I got to be careful. I got to farm me a bunch of orbs. Okay, so we're going to do this again, get it blue. So you have to get an EX blue before you can put a book on it. And it's okay to do what I'm doing, guys. Like when you get to especially veteran status, like extra EXs are good to hold on to because you can do what I'm doing because I've got so many excess books I'm never going to use that I can just use them to put books on like this. And I'm just getting ingots. And the ingots are the important thing that you need, right? Okay, so now I've got 3 red ingots. So let's go back to Cisne's EX and let's go there. Okay. So now what you do is you limit break with 3 ingots. And now this step is going to bring it to purple. You have to have 3 ingots on it and you got to fully max out. It's going to cost a lot of materials. You're going to see 916. That's a lot. So you have to kind of grind up those weapon orbs through quests. Okay, so we're going to do that and we're going to do that. And now it's purple. Okay. Now here's the other thing that confuses people. The LD is technically like the higher up weapon. It's the harder to pull weapon, but it's not the strongest one to equip. So the purple EX, this is the one you do not want to sell. You want to keep that, and that's what Cisne is going to equip. Now, I still need to upgrade her LD, so I pulled the LD. So the LD should just be chilling. It's right here. Okay, so there's the LD. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to limit break it. You never want to pull for dupes of the LD. They're hard pulls. You just want to get one, use these power stones, max it out, go into orbs, max it out. Okay, and then the LD is just going to turn blue. Okay, so the LD is just blue like the other weapons, and you are actually free to sell that. You don't need the LD. The nice thing, too, is the game has weapon skins. So any weapon you have maxed out, you can just make your character's weapon look like that, even without it equipped. So even though the EX is the stronger weapon, the LD might look cooler because it's the harder to get weapon. So you can equip the LD and make your weapon look like the LD skin without actually equipping the LD, which is really cool. So once again, I'm going to unlock this because I'm free to sell that. And the nice thing is when you sell these, you get resources back. You get them refunded to you, power stones. That's going to help you equip other weapons, right? So Cisne now, all of her weapons are done. Okay, so next let's go into armor. So for armor, we're going to have to go into the shop. So we're going to go to the item exchange. And some characters, they will give you they'll give you a freebie like copy of an armor. But for the most part, you pretty much just got to buy these out with tokens. These tokens, these blue guard tokens are what you need here. These are mainly obtained from co-op, but you can get them in other ways as well. So we're going to go into here. And so you have to start by buying the 5 cost ones, the really cheap ones. So you just exchange, and you want to exchange for 4 copies. So you're going to grab 4 copies of that, okay? Now, you're going to see she has another armor in here, but I can't buy it yet. So you have to max out the cheap one, and then you get the next one. So let's go in and do that. So let's go into Enhance Realize. We have to go to the Armor tab now. Cisne's armor should be sitting down here that I just bought. So we're going to click on that. use the dupes, and then use some orbs. And then we're going to do that. Okay, so that's one armor down. Okay, it turns blue. That's free to sell, or you can use it. Sometimes with armor, these low armors, I'll actually use them to feed into other armors. Because, I mean, you can sell them, but you don't get anything too crazy back from them. So you decide what you want to do with those low armors. All right, so let's go back to the shop. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to go into that same blue armor token shop. Okay, and now you're going to see that the 20 cost one is now available. So I need 4 copies of that. I'm going to press auto, buy 4 copies. Okay, so now I've got those. So now I have to go and upgrade those. Okay, so I'm going to enhance realize, go to armor. Let's upgrade these. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Orbs, put those on, yep. And do that. Okay, so now we've got that armor. Now this is still not the best armor, but this armor is like an EX. You can see it's now realizable. So with this one, we have to get it purple, like an EX. So I'm going to click on it, and now there's a blue book that corresponds to armors. So I'm going to put the blue book on it. Okay, and now that blue book is going to give me a blue ingot. And now what I do is I have the plus version of it. So I'm going to click on it again. I'm going to limit break and put 3 blue ingots on it. And I'm going to upgrade it. This is going to be the expensive one. So we'll use a couple of those. All right, yeah, that's a lot. I got to grind me my guard orbs and armor orbs. All right, so now I've got purple armor. Now this actually still isn't the best one. Now the purple armor, this one that we bought with the 20 blue tokens, this one actually you can unlock, and this one you do want to sell because you're going to get blue ingot material back on that. So that one you do actually want to sell. And then there's one more armor we got to buy, which is like the LD armor. And this armor actually is the strong armor. So let's go back into the shop. And now this one's in a different one. So those first 2 armors we bought were in this blue armor exchange. Now we're going to go to the purple armor exchange. This is the high guard token exchange. This one you have to use 20 Lufenia tokens. The nice thing is if you just beat 1 Lufenia, you get 20 tokens. So just you beat a Lufenia once and you get the armor. So we're going to go in here. Here's Sisney, and it starts out purple. So this is the best armor, and it starts out purple. So we're going to exchange for that. Yes. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is now we got to go and upgrade that. Okay. Now here's the thing. With this armor here, this one is also expensive to upgrade, by the way. We got to find it. It's going to be up here a little bit. It's going to be the 210 CP. Here it is right here. This one you want to lock down and keep. This is what she's actually going to equip. Okay. Oh boy, I'm really low. Okay. If I actually go full on this, I might run out of guard orbs actually. So we're going to do that. Okay. Now, this one is actually purple and can be realized again. So if we click on this, you need the high armor materials. So what you're going to do is put a high armor book on, which is purple. Okay. These are very, very, very scarce. And you get these mainly from doing like Lufenias. So this is from high tier content. These are not easy to obtain. So if you can't go past this step, just the base Lufenia armor is fine. Even if you have to use that EX armor, that 20 cost one, that's fine. The character won't be broken. They just get better if you get the better armor. The weapons are way, way more important. Okay, so I'm going to put a book on. Okay, and I'm going to say yes, yes, and yes. Okay, and then we've got that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go into this. And we're going to put 3 of these suckers on. These are very rare. But I'll blue my Sisney for the video. Let's do it, right? Let's blue her for the video. And then do I have enough? Uh-oh. Oh, I am short. Hold on. So let me go back. I really want to blue her in the video. But like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed in some of these other armors here. So I'm going to feed in this. Oh, wait. I got to go back in. Hold on. Okay. So go back. Where is Sisney's armor? I lost. Wait, can I confirm? Am I still on it? No, I'm on Raijin. Hold on. Going back into Sisney here. We're going to do this without a cut, guys. You're going to bear with me. All right, here it is, right here. Okay, now I'm going to try to feed in some of these other armors and see if I can't get like enough experience. And actually, I'm going to find... Oh, they actually won't let you feed in the purple ones. Okay, so we'll do that to get a few levels to start, I guess. We'll limit break here. We're going to orb and please... Oh, it's just enough. Yes, okay. All right, for the video, guys. This is blue armor. Now, blue armor is a luxury. Like, save it for only characters you're going to use a lot. Your most favorite characters. You don't expect to do this to every character. But if you want a truly maxed out character, blue armor is a part of that. So we're going to get a bunch of stuff happening there. Okay. All right, so we've got the armor done. We got the weapon done. Next, we got to talk about blooms, because in my first video, I forgot to hit on blooms. I brought it up in a different video, but let's do that. So in the item exchange, what the blooms are for, the characters have an AA. It refers to an active ability. They're basically, it's a skill the character has with very few uses, and they're always instant turn, and they usually just like put buffs on or do something to help the character's gimmick. But the blooms give you a better version of that skill, so you do want to max out the blooms. So if you go into the shop here, there's actually a bloom token exchange. You literally just need one token to get it. Now my bloom token is empty because I've literally bought every character in the game, and Cisne's bloom is one I bought just before I started recording. But there would be a bloom in here for Cisne, you just buy it. And so then what you have to do is you have to enhance the bloom. So if we go to enhance realize, there's actually a blooms tab up here. So I'm going to go to that. The blue blooms are all maxed out, so I got to find the one in here that's not blue, because I don't think I maxed hers yet. Or maybe, did I do it before the video? I don't think I did. Oh, there it is, right there. So here's, her bloom is yellow, so you want to get it blue. So you're going to click on it, and then these are like bloom fragments. So the bloom tokens and the bloom fragments, those you can get usually in co-op shops, and then they'll appear throughout various missions and things like that. Like I said, I think as a beginner player, they probably give you some of these in a starting package. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to just max it out. 60 bloom fragments is all you need there. So I'm going to click yes, yes, and yes. All right, so bloom maxed out. So we've got the weapons, we've got the armor, we've got the bloom. Okay, so let's keep going. There's still more. We got to max out a character, right? So next, what we're going to do is let's go into crystal strength. Crystals are an important part of maxing a character. So we're going to go to Cisne. She uses green crystals, and what you want to do is you got to get the crystal level to 90. Literally to do this, it's just grinding a bunch of these crystals, okay? I'm going to show you where to grind the lower ones, but see the very high tier one, that's 275 for me? That only comes from the newest co-op shops, so you want to make sure you're grinding the newest co-ops to get those. But everything else is readily farmable, so you should be able to get your character up to crystal level 80 for sure just by farming. And then to crystal level 90, it's going to be a little bit to save up those big ones. So we're going to bring her all the way up to C90. Now, if you need help grinding those, I'll just show you where those are really quick. We'll go to, we're going to go into quests. And then if you just go to the event tab, they're going to be right in here. So in the event tab, they're all right here, all these crystal quests. So just grind the highest level crystal quest. Like I said, you'll get every crystal you need except the highest tier ones, okay? So let's go back into enhancements. So we got our crystals maxed out, right? So then what we're going to do is let's go to level up. So then what you would need to do, do I have enough to level her up? So in here, if you have feathers, you can just level her up automatically. Let me see if I have enough. I do not quite have enough. I'm not going to make you guys sit through like me going through quests, but basically those crystal quests I just showed you, if you grind that with an EXP book, it only like literally takes you a few runs and you'll get her maxed out to like level 90 or whatever. It goes pretty quick. So all you do is you go into there and just battle with her in your party. We'll maybe do a run. It's pretty quick, so we'll get there. So we got the crystal level, and then you would get the character's actual level to 90 by using feathers or just fighting in quests, which is pretty easy. And then we need to go to training boards, okay? So we might do a little bit here. This might be a longer video. So if we go into training boards, the first thing is we have character points at the top. So we're going to click on this. Character points, you can do this right away if you have them saved up. So you see in the upper right, I have 479,000 character points. These come from just every time a new quest comes out or a new mission, a new event comes out, you can earn up to 5,000 character points per new event. If you have the MOG pass, you can earn up to 10,000 per new event. Okay, so that's how you earn those. So over time, you're going to build those up. Basically, they have a board for every weapon. So in order to actually put points into these, you have to have all those weapons maxed. So there's, if you get the 15 CP, that opens up one side. If you get the 35, if you get the EX, if you get the LD. So I should press auto. Since I maxed out all my weapons, I can just auto and unlock all of it. Okay, and I believe total that cost me like 8,000 points is what it does to do the whole thing. Okay, so we got that all done. So character boards done. Character boards are actually quite important, so you do want to get those done. It's a big difference on the character, especially because a lot of times the character reworks when they make them better. They actually come through the boards. Okay, so that's character boards. That's easy. Here's the tough one: summon boards. So summon boards, you can see I'm going to have to grind her on the side. I'm not going to do all the summon boards because it takes a while, but I'll hop in and do one, okay? So I need to get all these summon boards maxed out. You might have points saved up, so I've got some points saved up from other characters, but I don't have enough. You need about 6,500 points to max out a board, right? So let me just go to Shiva really quick because I almost have enough. So if I click one of these, I can just click auto here on the left, and it will auto-fill. Or, sorry, I got to click plus up here to add the points in. But if you already had the points, let me add the points on. I'm going to click this. I'm going to go auto. So when you go auto, it's going to fill all these, and all these boards are just going to give her stats. And then you also get rewards on each board. So you get a ton of tickets and a ton of gems and guard tokens, which is really useful. And then you have these 3 panels that are 500 to have a skill. So basically, once you click on all 3 of those, Shiva would be maxed. But I have to do that for all 10 summons, okay? So where do you actually get the points? Let's go into a quest quick and try it. So we're going to go into events. Quest. Let's just go into events once. So we'll do a couple little runs here in the video. So you got to go to World of Illusions. Okay. And you have to go into World of Illusions. So at the top I have Divine and then Ultimate. So you need to go into Ultimate. Now a lot of new players ask me about this. How do I unlock all this? So if I scroll down to the bottom, you have to start with the trials. So you do the trials, get the materials, get your summons all up to level 20. Then Ultimate opens up. You can get them to 30 and then that's where you're doing this. So let's just go into Ifrit. What I recommend when you go into here, so you want to go into this stage with Ifrit on the panel here, you have to have the character in the party that you want to get the points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put Sisney in the party, okay? She doesn't have anything equipped yet. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So she'll be really weak right now, but that's fine. Then we're going to go ahead and what you want to do is use a support item, and you want to use a double or a triple experience book when you're doing this. So EXP books are right here. You should have plenty of them, even as a new player. And then I'm just going to begin the quest. And it's really important you do these during the character's event period because you get double experience, so you're going to go twice as fast. So I do recommend you do that. So I'm going to hop in here. And actually, I'm not going to lie, if Frit doesn't auto-attack right away, and Sisney could just die here, but that's fine. We don't need her to live. She's literally level 1 with, like, I didn't put any of her equipment on yet. So if she dies here, it's not a big deal. Let's see. Oh, no, she's fine. She lived plenty. Okay. So I'm just going to, like, one-shot this Ifrit here. So most characters, you can use, like, an LD attack or a BT attack, and it will probably just one-shot, especially for these earlier ones here. Okay, so he was, like, almost one-shot. He's got 4%. So we'll just quick pop on another attack here. So we'll just do this. Okay, and then Ifrit is dead. Okay, now what's going to happen is after I beat this, we're going to get the summon board points, okay? So I'll show you what that looks like, because I know a lot of people, even after my video, we're still a little bit confused on this. So we're seeing it in action, okay? So let's go ahead and do this. Yep. Okay. All right, so and she leveled up to 19 just doing that, and that isn't even like a main thing you would do experience on. So while we got the EXP boost on, what we'll do is we'll jump in. This is also how you gain ranks. So every 10 levels any character gains, you gain a rank. So that's how you rank up. Okay. All right, so we're in the process of still maxing out. So see here, Sisney got 1,890 points for one run. You need 6,500 to fully max out Ifrit's board. So I'd want to grind this until Sisney has at least 6,500 points, then move on to the next summon and so on. You also get wild points at the bottom. Those are points that you can give to any character. So that's what I did on Shiva. I had those wild points. I gave them to Sisney, and that's how I got them. Okay, so obviously, imagine me just grinding this for a couple hours and getting all of her boards done. Okay, so that's the summon board part of it. Then what you're going to do is I'm going to hop into, I'll just show you a run for experience really quick. So let's go ahead and we're going to hop into the event tab, and we'll just hop into any of these crystal ones, or the golden cactuar is fine. Actually, we'll run a golden cactuar. Okay, so we'll run the highest level one, and we'll just begin like this. By the way, if you guys are farming and you have Snow's LD, he is the best farming character in the game. So like if I were like doing this on my own, I'd probably just jump in here with Snow and Sisney, and that's it. But sure, oh, and sure, of course she pops up, and I don't want her up right now. We don't want to spoil her attacks or anything. Oh yeah, and I get I bring in the character that doesn't do AoEs. Yeah, that's fine. I guess I could have used his LD. Oh no, that one worked. Okay, perfect. The EX was AoE. Okay, so we're just gonna go through this quick, and these go pretty quick. Ramza honestly is like not the best character to bring in for this. I just picked a random friend, and that's who happened to come up. Just use any character with like really quick AoE attacks to get through these quick. This is not the quick version. This is the long and drawn out version. Snow by far is the best because he literally just auto attacks before they take a turn, and it's really good. Okay, so let's just pop one of these again. All right. Yep, and then we'll just skip the launch, and then we're good. And then I just want you guys to see, so this did not have the special cactuar. So if you get the cactuar with the flower on its head, they will probably go almost to max in one run. So this is what we'd call a normal run with a double experience book on. And let's see how many levels Cissnei gets here. So yeah, she went up to level 47. So like, and you just have to get her up to level 90. So it goes pretty quick. So that's how you level the character up. And gosh, is that it? Have I done everything already? Hold up. Let me go back out here. So let's go to Cissnei now and just take a look at her. So I'm going to actually click on her. And so what I'm going to do now that I've pretty much done all that stuff, I'm just going to hit auto. It's going to auto equip everything. Spheres, that's a different thing if you want to equip those. I don't really consider that part of maxing a character. You will want to get artifacts though. So artifacts, basically you farm materials in a co-op quest. So I'll talk about that. Let's just make sure. And then up there, you'll see it says M in the upper left. So I've mastered character boards. And then that yellow gem in the upper left says 0. That's the summon boards. So you want to get that to max, basically. Then here on the appearance tab, you could choose what weapon skin you want. So if I like the LD, even though that's not what's equipped, I can put that on, right? So I might put the LD on for just the costume there. But then that's basically it. So you can see I've got the max weapons. And because I hit auto down here, so when I went down and I put auto on for her, or I hit auto here down in the lower right, that basically, if I go into here, this equipped like all the weapon passives and everything I needed, right? So if I go, actually I go into passive abilities here, and then equipment passives. So like these passives, these big 20 cost ones, these are what came from like the 15 CP weapon, the 35 CP weapon. That's what I got from maxing out the weapons, were these passives in here. And that's why the character works with only having the one weapon on, okay? Other than that, guys, I think that's it. This would be Cissnei fully maxed. Once again, I have to go through and do some work on my own, but that's the process you need to do. So hopefully this helps. If you guys still have questions on maxing characters, please let me know in the comments and I'll be glad to help you out. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.